Your body isn't always the reason you're not getting stronger sometimes. Your mind is. You say you want a better body. You want bigger muscles, more strength, more confidence, a body you can actually be proud of. But wanting it means nothing if your mind keeps looking for the easiest way out. Because the gym doesn't care about your excuses, the weights don't care how tired you are, the mirror doesn't care how many times you said, "I'll start tomorrow." Your body responds to one thing, what you consistently demand from it. And if you keep demanding comfort, don't be surprised when your body stays comfortable. Think about the last time you had a brutal workout. Your muscles were burning. Your breathing was heavy. Your mind started screaming, "That's enough!" And you stopped. But was your body truly finished? Or did your mind simply convince you that you were? That's the battle. The gym isn't just a place where you build muscle. It's where you discover how much control you actually have over yourself. Because when the weight gets heavy, your real personality comes out. When the workout gets painful, your discipline gets tested when nobody is watching. Your character gets exposed. Anybody can train when they're motivated. Anybody can train when the music is perfect. Anybody can train when they're feeling powerful. But what happens when you're exhausted? What happens when you had a terrible day? What happens when you're not seeing results? What happens when nobody notices your progress? That's where champions separate themselves from everyone else. They don't ask, "Do I feel like training?" They ask, "What did I promise myself?" That's discipline. And discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation is emotional, it comes, it disappears. Discipline doesn't care. Discipline says, "You said you were going to do it, now do it." That's the voice you need to build, because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger mentally, and every time you break one, you teach your brain that your own word means nothing. Think about that. You tell yourself you're going to train 5 days a week, then you skip because you're tired. You tell yourself you're going to eat better, then you destroy your diet because you had a craving. You tell yourself you're going to sleep early, then you stay up scrolling until 2 in the morning, and eventually you wonder why you don't trust yourself. You should. Your brain has been watching everything you do. It knows when you're lying to yourself. And that's why confidence is not something you simply think into existence. Confidence is earned. You earn it every time you do something difficult when you could have chosen easy. You earn it when you finish the last set. You earn it when you show up after a bad day. You earn it when you put the phone down. You earn it when you walk into the gym while your mind is begging you to stay home. That's how you build a dangerous level of self-respect. Not by telling yourself you're powerful, by proving it. And here's where most people fail. They want the body, but they don't want the lifestyle that creates the body. They want the chest, they want the shoulders, they want the abs, they want the arms, but they don't want the boring meals. They don't want the early mornings. They don't want the uncomfortable workouts. They don't want the patience. They don't want the consistency. They want the result without becoming the person capable of producing it. That's impossible. You cannot build a powerful body with a weak routine. You cannot build discipline with excuses. You cannot build strength by constantly avoiding discomfort. At some point, you have to stop negotiating. Stop saying, "I'll start when I have more time." Stop saying, "I'll start Monday." Stop saying, "I'm too tired." Stop saying, "I don't have the genetics." Stop saying, "I don't have the motivation." Enough. Your excuses don't need another explanation. They need to die. Because every excuse feels harmless in the moment, but repeated for months, they become your identity. One skipped workout becomes 2. 2 become 10. 10 become a year. And suddenly you're standing in front of the mirror wondering where the time went. Time didn't disappear. You traded it for comfort. Now understand something. I'm not telling you to destroy your body. I'm not telling you to ignore injury. I'm not telling you to train recklessly. Real strength isn't stupidity. Real strength is knowing when to push, when to recover, and when to keep going despite discomfort. The goal isn't to destroy yourself. The goal is to build yourself, and that requires patience. There will be days when your numbers don't increase. There will be weeks when your body looks exactly the same. There will be workouts where you feel weak. Good, those days matter, because anyone can believe in themselves when they're winning. The real test is whether you can continue when the results are invisible. That's where most people quit. They don't quit because the process doesn't work. They quit because they expected the process to work instantly. But your body doesn't change because you want it to. It changes because you repeatedly give it a reason to adapt. Day after day, week after week, month after month, you train, you recover, you eat properly, you sleep, you repeat, and eventually the person you see in the mirror isn't the same person who started. But here's the greatest transformation. It's not your arms, it's not your chest, it's not your abs, it's your mind. Because once you prove to yourself that you can control your actions, everything changes. You become harder to distract, harder to manipulate, harder to break, You stop needing everyone to approve of you. You stop depending on motivation. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You become someone who does what needs to be done. And that mindset doesn't stay in the gym. It follows you into your career, your relationships, your finances, your goals, your entire life. That's why the gym is so powerful. You're not just lifting iron, you're lifting the limits you placed on yourself. Every rep is a conversation with your mind. Your body says, I'm tired. Your mind says, one more. Your body says, this is uncomfortable. Your mind says, stay focused. Your body says, I can't. Your mind says, we'll find out. That's the mentality, not arrogance, not stupidity, not pretending you're invincible. Just refusing to surrender every time something becomes difficult. Because life is going to test you, and when it does, you won't suddenly become disciplined. You'll fall back on what you've practiced. If you've practiced quitting, you'll quit. If you've practiced excuses, you'll make excuses. But if you've practiced discipline, you'll endure. If you've practiced consistency, you'll continue. If you've practiced doing hard things won't scare you as much anymore. So tomorrow, don't walk into the gym looking for motivation. Walk in looking for an opportunity to prove something to yourself. Prove that you can keep a promise. Prove that you can finish what you started. Prove that your emotions don't control every decision you make. And when that voice inside your head says, that's enough, take a breath, check your form, respect your limits, and if you genuinely have more to give it, because the strongest version of you isn't waiting somewhere in the future. You're building him. One decision at a time, one workout at a time, one uncomfortable moment at a time. So stop asking whether you're naturally strong, stop asking whether you're naturally disciplined, stop asking whether you have what it takes, build it, earn it, prove it, because your body will eventually reflect the standards you've set in your mind. And if your standards stay weak, your results will stay weak. But if you raise your standards, if you stop accepting excuses, if you stop running from discomfort, if you train your mind with the same intensity you train your body, then something changes. You don't just become stronger, you become dangerous to the version of yourself that used to quit. And that's the real goal, not just building a body, people. Notice building a mind that refuses to break.